The Pink Pulpits Podcast, the gospel according to her. The Pink Pulpits Podcast explores the living, learning, and leading of women in the 21st century. How does the modern woman handle the world the gospel way? This podcast is for women in ministry, women surrounded by ministry, and so many more. Join us weekly on Saturdays at 6 p.m. for the Pink Pulpits Podcast, the gospel according to her.
Welcome back to the Pink Pulpit Podcast. Are you ready? I am. I'm your girl, Lady Nicole Green, the faith chick. And this really is the gospel according to her for women by women who really want life change in the pulpit of their lives. Whether it is ministry, the marketplace, motherhood, mentoring, or those saying, give me more, give me more. Now, today, I want you to lean in because today we're talking about the faith that doesn't just inspire you, it changes your surroundings. It literally causes things to totally be flipped, okay? Now, when Jesus said in Mark 9:23, if you can believe, all things are possible to them who believe. Can I just say this? He was announcing something radical. Faith isn't waiting for circumstances to line up. Faith is what makes them line up. And let's talk today about what I believe is the faith that you need. You all know that after the Faith Fight Conference, I gave you all the 7-day devotional. My prayer is that you are still leaning in, that you are just basking in it, and that you are really applying it to your life as you fight the good fight of faith. So today I want to talk because I'm going on day, I believe it is 6 of your devotional of transformative faith. I want to talk to you about and through and for and who of how you transform your life, on how everything that you touch will be transformed, everything that you see will be transformed, how you literally cause everything that looks not like what God said to now look like what he said. Can we talk about it? I want you to know that faith redefines what's possible. People say it this way, that Sarah was too old, that her womb was barren, that her womb was closed. But Hebrews 11 says she received strength because she judged God faithful. And that's what faith does. It draws a line where the world has put a limit, where the world has put a period. It takes too late and makes it right on time. I want you to stop accepting limits others set for you. That you got to tear off the labels. Faith literally tears the labels off and redefines your possibility. You got to make faith redefine your limit. It's got to strengthen your faith and your spirit. You've got to make a decision. Can I say that I'm going to redefine what definition may have said that I can't, I won't, it will not. You all know that I'm always pushing you to believe at a greater level. And today, I want you to have the faith that transforms. I want you to have transformative faith and redefine in this moment. Think about that thing that is trying to plague you and say that it won't happen, that it can't happen, that it will not. And I want you now to redefine it. And I want you to be like the Webster Dictionary. And I want you to write out a new definition for your situation, a new definition for where you are and where you know you're supposed to be. Whatever that situation is, I want you to redefine it. That's how you're going to transform it and use transformative faith. Then I want you to understand that faith strengthens what life tried to break. Life tries to break you. Life tries to keep you in this stuck and stagnant place. It's like it said Abraham believed against hope. Romans 4 says he didn't stagger at unbelief, but grew strong in faith while giving glory to God. Faith doesn't just hold you together, it makes you stronger in the very place that you felt weak. I'm talking to you. Life may have bruised you, but faith builds you. Faith takes the cracks in your story and turns them into the full proof that God holds it all and it's all in his hands. So I need for you right now not to stagger, not to fall out, but to make a decision that the very place that I feel weak, that faith will strengthen what tried to break me. My faith is triggering something for me that's going to sustain me and groom me and grow me up. So I need you to worship while you wait. Every hallelujah in the waiting room is building unseen strength. Every Lord, I love you is telling God, I trust you and I know you're going to make this thing happen for me. Every this has got to work together for me is telling it, yeah, it may look like this, but this is work. I may not feel it, I may not understand it, but it's got to work together for me. So as you're strengthened, faith shifts how you see what's in front of you. And you've got to make that shift. You've got to shift yourself even in the place that feels desolate, even in a place that feels like it is a depressed state. You've got to think yourself happy, and you've got to make a decision that I am now moving myself to this greater place. And then I need you to know that transformative faith sees beyond the natural sight. It says it's not over when the thing says it's over. Faith says God's not done. Sight saw 5 loaves and 2 fish. Y'all know the story? Here they are. They got this multitude, 5,000 plus people, and nobody has food. Nobody has anything. But a little boy said, I got a lunch. And here it is, 5 loaves and 2 fish. Faith saw a feast. Sight, even at the Red Sea, saw a pathway where there wasn't a pathway. I need you in this moment to see the unseen. See a pathway where it looks like there's a flood. See a breakthrough where it seems like there may be bondage. You've got to do like Second Corinthians and say, we walk by faith, but not by sight. That means I can't live off what's visible, and you got to lean on to what's promised. You've got to say, you know what? If I can see it with the eye of faith, I can step into it with the feet of faith. That's right. And when you start stepping, faith flips the whole script. Faith flips it upside down. If you just keep going in the direction you know to go, even if it looks like the water's coming up to your knees, you are flipping the script. Because what you said, I'm going to defy what's trying to break me. I'm going to defy what's trying to cause me to try to surrender. I will not surrender. And I am determined. Look at somebody and say, I am determined that I'm going to transform my situation with faith. Because faith flips tests into testimonies. Some of you may not understand that what you're dealing with, what you're going through, what's happening is a testimony. It's really been set up for you now to have a calling card to see this is what happens when you decide to have transformative faith. It's kind of like Joshua's prison became his promotion. David's battle became his breakthrough. The cross became our victory. It that's the power of faith. It doesn't just get you out of trouble, it turns trouble into your testimony. What was meant to break you becomes the very thing that builds you. You got to understand this test is not the end. I'm going to step on it, and this is going to be my calling card. This is going to be my news break. This is getting ready to be what do you call that thing that you get? It's my news report. It is that thing that I'm going to be able to declare, that telegram, if you will, that's going to say, my test was just the promotion. My test was just the opportunity for me to be triumphant. It's the setup to tell your story. And some of you are fighting and just going through the motions because you don't want to have a testimony. But there cannot be a test without a testimony. And you've got to be able to to go through the fire and then tell people I went through it and I don't smell like smoke. I went through it and no hair on my head was singed. I went through it and I'm the better for it. I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better. I can now say that God is a breakthrough God. I can now say that God will bring me out of death situations. I can now say that He is a provider because I watched Him sustain me. I now have a different testimony because of the test, because of what I went through, because of what happened. So here it is. You got to recognize that my faith is going to redefine what's possible. I'm now getting ready to redefine and tell what looked impossible. Now, all things are possible because I dared to believe. Is this tracking with you? Excuse me, guys. You got to determine, like even right now, I'm having a faith challenge, a health challenge that is trying to tell me that I am not the healed woman of God, resisting all sickness and disease. And I'm telling my body, no, body, you're going to line up. I'm redefining what sickness looks like and telling you that I will forge ahead victorious because He was wounded, He was bruised, and by His stripes I am the healed. Faith strengthens me when life tries to break me. Right now, I'm trying to be congested. The devil is a lie. I'm breaking it because I'm determined to believe God. Faith sees beyond the natural. I'm looking at myself in the spirit and I see myself healed. I see myself victorious because faith is flipping this test into a testimony. I'm showing you how you continue to persevere no matter what. Now, can we just decide today that we're sealing this thing up? That I'm going to believe and I'm going to remove the limits. That I'm going to worship and my strength is going to be renewed. That when I see my faith, I see the doors opening. I see my healing. I see my victory. I see my business raising up. I see every finance that I need. I see all the people for the vineyard. I see people rising up in my, I see it. And then it says you got to stand on business. No, I tell you, you got to stand on the word. Your test becomes a testimony. Now you got to shout it out. I can't lose when I use my faith. I transform things when I use my faith. And I need you now to really be encouraged in this moment as you see me here fighting the good fight of faith, as we're warring and winning and being transformed. I need you to understand that regardless that the fight is fixed. And your faith has already transformed your future. You just have to be the one standing there and turning up the volume. This is the Pink Pulpit Podcast, and this is the platform where I want you to seize your faith, to grab your faith, to believe bigger, to believe greater, and watch God do it. You see how in this moment, I totally transformed my situation. That my body was telling me I can't. And I told my body, no, you going to line up. You got to keep speaking. You got to keep standing. And you got to keep fighting. And you got to keep believing. And you got to keep knowing that my faith can transform any situation because the word says we've already won. When we really get that, when we really get that on the inside, that I have already won. I need you to say that this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever you're watching the podcast. I've already won. And the way that I really see the victory and the way that I really see the win is that I transform what's trying to transform me. The Bible says in Romans 12:2, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so many on the past episodes of this podcast, I've talked to you about transforming your mind. And in this moment, I want you to know the way you live transformative faith is you say and you see, I've already won. No matter what. My body may be trying to say one thing, but I'm transforming my body and telling my body, no, This is what you get ready to do. This is how you get ready to show up. This is what you get ready to be. Who am I talking to? Who is this podcast for today? You said, I need to transform my situation. I need to transform. We've got to fight and win. We got to speak victory over every trial. We are overcomers by the blood of the Lamb. We're no longer defeated. We're winners now. You got to say that. And you got to know that we always win. We always win. No matter what comes my way, I always win. No matter the circumstance, I always win. You got to get a winning vibe on the inside. I fight, I win. I fight, I win. I'm victorious, I win. I fight, I win. You got to make that your conquering stance. You got to make that the declaration from your heart and your mind. I win, I win, I win, I win. My family wins. My children win. The dog wins. The cat wins. My goldfish wins. Everybody in my house, we win. You got to make winning the only posture in the stands. And today, I need you to understand that this is how you transform your life. This really is. I know you listen to me week after week. You're like, okay, oh, but. Stop with the buts. Stop with the buts. I'm commanding my body in this moment. I'm transforming what my body is trying to say to me. And I need you now to get that thing in your mind and transform it. Get a new plan. Get a new strategy. That last one didn't work. Okay, it didn't work. What does that mean? Nothing. It didn't work. Now, get another plan. Get another strategy. Get another way that I'm going to forge ahead and be victorious. Those of you that have that business idea, you keep looking at it and you don't do anything with it, I need you to transform it from being a business idea and from being a plan to now being a full-blown business. Start today. Make one step forward. Make one step in advancing and watch. Just one step today, just one step. You got to get back in the ring and make your one step count. You got to decide that I am going to transform everything that's been trying to talk to me, and I'm getting ready to tell it, you will not defeat me. I am a winner. I am a transformer. I am more than meets the eye. Can I just say that? I I know. And some of y'all, I used to love Transformers. Even when the movies jumped out, they kind of got a little silly, but the bottom line is, you're more than meets the eye. People look at you and say, her? Look at you and say, him? Are you serious? Can they really? And what you want to say, I am more than beside you looking at me in this thing. But I dare you to look beyond that. We are more. We're here to destroy evil. We are coming up against the force of deception and the force of disguise. We are waging war. We're in battle. We're destroying the enemy and every falsehood and every false thing that has been spoken concerning you and your situation. You are the destroyer. You are the one that comes against it. And I dare you right now to understand that every principality and every power and everything that has tried to come at you and say that this is what it's going to be, you transform it by saying there's a promise, there's a plan, and I am going to transform it with the promise and plan on my life. Somebody say, I'm a transformer. And I'm going to use my transformative faith to transform everything. I'm taking back. I'm taking territory. I am ready for battle. I'm ready to win. Every weapon that God has given me, He's given me for me to pull down every stronghold and every attempt of the enemy. I'm going into battle, and I'm going into battle with the sword and with the shield of faith, claiming my victory, determined that I'm getting ready to transform because every enemy has already been trampled under my feet, and I am waging war. Can you just go with me today? That's right. Transform your life by understanding you're more than meets the eye. Can you today decide, I am using my transformative faith to transform, and everything that does not look like God will bow down because the transformer, she on the scene. This is the Pink Pulpit Podcast. And if you're ready to be transformed through faith coaching with me, go to thefaithchickcode.org today and be a part of either my group or individual coaching so I can coach you. It's starting in September, y'all. I can't wait. I got a lot of people ready to be coached, and I can't wait to coach you in this next season as you transform your life. And as you transform yours, your kids are going to be transformed, your house is going to be transformed, everything around you is going to be transformed. And then go and sign up for my newsletter, you guys. Go to thefaithchickcode.org and click and subscribe so that you can get a faith infusion monthly from me to say, hey, don't you give up. Transform. You know, okay, y'all not transforming. Y'all didn't watch it. You wasn't like me. I was a ride or die transformer. But again, this is the Pink Pulpit Podcast. It really is the platform for women that want to transform their lives. And I pray that you understand that you are already a winner. So transform. Whether you're mentoring, wanting more, motherhood, or just plain saying, I need something to change. Do it today with your transformative faith. I'll see you next time.